What's up, y'all? Today I wanted to do a video to explain the basics about your tank crew and modules. Now, I'll start with crew because that's really the most important part of the tank and the one that in a battle you probably want to pay the most attention to. So there's 5 real categories of crew members in your tank. You've got a driver, a gunner, a loader, a commander, and a machine gunner. Now, for some of the smaller tanks, it might only come with a driver, a gunner, and a loader. Usually the commander and machine gunner are sort of optional crew members. Now, for a tank to be combat effective, you need at least a driver and a gunner. If the driver or gunner is knocked unconscious or killed, other crew members will replace them, starting with the least important crew members in order of the machine gunner will go first to replace someone, then the commander, then the loader. Now when they do replace someone that's been killed or knocked unconscious, there's a slight time delay to when they take over the new position, and when they do take over, they'll do it not as well as the crew member actually trained for it. Now, like modules, the crew members have health. So, if you've noticed that you've taken some damage during a battle, it's always a good idea to check up on the health of your crew. You can do that by going into the controls and setting Show Module Health. That'll show you the crew and modules in-game. I've bound mine to the O key. You want to do that for a couple reasons. Sometimes, after taking a couple hits, you'll get in a fight with someone, get hit once, and it'll say crew knocked out. I've had this happen before, and it's infuriating. So you always want to make sure, if you've taken even a little bit of damage, to check your crew, make sure they're okay. Because it could be the difference between you staying back, getting some more kills, or going forward and just getting one unlucky hit that knocks your tank out. Now for the modules. And I'll go over these importance of what's the most important in your tank, what's the most dangerous to your tank, and then some of the not really important ones. So to start off with, the barrel. This is where the shells from your gun come out, and currently can be taken out quite easy. Now, when the barrel gets damaged, when it turns pink or red, when you shoot, especially if it's dark red, there's a chance that the round will explode in the barrel, which can knock your crew out. If the barrel's black, which means it's destroyed, you just can't shoot at all and you need to repair it. But be careful. Never shoot with a dark red barrel. There's always the chance that you'll kill yourself. The gun breech is where you actually load the shells. And if this is damaged, you'll load them slower. And if it's completely destroyed, you can't fire at all. Now these next two are sort of hard to see, so I'll zoom in a little bit. The horizontal and vertical aiming drives. The horizontal lets your turret turn on the tank, and the vertical actually controls the up and down motion of the gun. If these are damaged, they'll do their job slower, and if they're destroyed, they won't do it at all. Usually, if your gunner takes damage or is knocked out, one of these two will also be taken out or damaged. So keep that in mind if you see that your gunner has been hurt. Now, to talk about what's most dangerous to your own tank. The ammo. If this gets damaged or destroyed, your tank will just explode. Simple as that. It's a good strategy to look and see where the ammo is on your own tank, so you know what not to expose, but also on enemy tanks so you can learn where to shoot. Now, a trick you can do you don't exactly have to, is that if you don't take a full load of ammunition, not all of the ammo racks will be full. So in certain tanks where they have a limited number of shells on the side, not taking a full ammo load will just leave them empty. Getting shot there won't matter. Personally, I don't know the exact logic that the game goes through in determining where shells go into first, so you might have to look that up yourself, but I do know that is a trick that some people use. Now, the fuel, sorry, that's the radiator, the fuel, this gets shot or destroyed, there's a chance your tank will light on fire. That's bad, because for however long you're on fire, there's a chance that the fire will explode your ammo and kill you immediately. Now also, the longer a fire burns, the greater chance your crew members will be knocked unconscious. So you want to get the fire protection equipment as fast as possible in your tanks, right after parts if you can, to prevent that from happening. Now these next two things kind of go in tandem for a couple of reasons. The engine and the transmission. Now currently on German and American tanks, having either one of these destroyed or damaged can potentially light your tank on fire. And same as the fuel, same bad reasons. Also, when these are damaged or destroyed, you'll move more slowly or not at all. So a lot of German and American tanks have their transmission up front, and sometimes the armor that protects it, especially in American tanks, is a lot weaker than the rest of the tank. People will shoot that to immobilize you so that they can then flank you and hit your ammo racks or crew. I've also left out two things that you might see damaged or taken out in a match, and that is the tracks and the suspension, which currently in the X-ray view aren't modeled, but they are there. The tracks you can plainly see, and from my own understanding and testing, the suspension is actually the road wheels you can see here. They actually hold up the tracks. If your tracks are taken out or damaged, you'll turn slowly or just only be able to pivot on the side that actually has functioning tracks. The suspension is kind of tricky. So if you were staring at the tank from the front and you shoot straight through the tracks, usually the round will go straight through all the way. This will ruin the road wheels in that line that the round goes through. The effect of having your suspension taken out can be small, but also very annoying. Basically what happens is as the suspension takes damage and gets destroyed, it affects the wobble of your tank. This can be especially important if you're in a medium or light tank and you're moving around a lot, because a less than prime suspension means that when you stop, your tank stabilizes a lot slower, which in a what I call quick draw duels, where you come across someone around a corner and you both try and shoot each other first, that can make the difference between you dying or getting the guy. I've also left out a couple things: the radio station, optics, the radiator. I'm not exactly sure what effect those have when they are taken out, so I didn't want to go over those. The radiator might affect your engine. I'm not sure if optics affect your spotting range. In arcade mode especially, I don't think that really matters. The radio, I have no idea that's even functional now. But that's the basics for your crew and tank modules. If you liked the video or feel I left something out, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. I'll be doing some more guides, probably some tank specific ones soon. So I'll see y'all later.